what I really want to do is honor Charlie,
and
honor his family, and God bless them in this horrible time.
Yeah, because I mean, it must have been very scary for you when you put yourself out there and you expressed an opinion.
This is nothing.
But what I'm saying is, Charlie was one of the people who embraced you and wanted to hear more about your story, wanted to hear more about how did you come to the conclusion that you came to? And, and he was very curious about that with other people. He was curious when I had spoken to him about libertarianism and actually finding the intersections between libertarians and conservatives and, where we can meet, where we can find common ground. Because although he has been incredibly efficient at pushing back and finding the best ways to argue with people and turn their arguments against them and show the absurdity in that. And that is what he is most famous for. And that's why he has been such a lightning rod and attracted so much vitriol from the left. But he really, truly was curious about people like you and your story and had a great deal of compassion for someone like you who has essentially been ostracized from a profession that you love.
On the point of him attracting vitriol, even mentioning that, it's sort of by the by, and I don't mean that to sort of contradict you too much, but it is the case, I'm sure you know, Kennedy, that when you speak your opinions in the public sphere, in the public domain, it is perilous. People will attack you, except that we thought that was maybe, at worst, ad hominem verbal attacks.
Yeah.
What we're seeing now, and of course, how could we forget the assassination attempts on President Trump last year?
Josh Shapiro. In his own house, the governor of Pennsylvania, there are people, and again, you see anti-Semitism rearing its head. They set his house on fire while he and his family were sleeping inside. Yeah. This is not like one side or one ideology or one party or one tribe, as you say. The worry is that people have normalized this level of violence and the desire for blood from someone they disagree with, and the normalization of that. I was talking to a woman in the hallway before I came to this interview, and she said, I blame Luigi Mangione and the fact that he saw someone that he disagreed with and decided to take his life, and he was celebrated for that. And it is the celebration of that and the fact that human life has become so disposable. And when people call for the Intifada, they are calling for genocide. They're calling for the extermination of human life. And that is so easy to do. And we have gotten to a point in our society where we have tipped over the edge for many people where they are okay with that. I am not okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of disagreements I have with someone. I don't want harm to come to them. I don't want harm to come to their family. And I don't believe that you should extinguish someone's life because their words trouble you.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. And I think as an American, of course, I can understand why you'd be so angry. And there's going to be a lot of grieving and a lot of anger in this period. And I mean, as you speak there, I also remember outside the Israel embassy in D.C. earlier this year, there's 2 people killed, one American, I believe, one Israeli. And maybe these stories aren't getting heard, but it's, I guess, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm really lost for words.